Keeping fit in the heat wave. Hello everybody, Tom here, hope you're all well. I want to talk today about trying to keep your fitness going when you're in the middle of the heat wave and some of the dangers that it may sort of bring up. So for those of you who don't know, most of you do because some of you are from this side of the world. Here in England, in the UK, last 2 months, 6 weeks has been very, very, very warm. And when I say very warm, I mean literally temperatures of over 30 degrees and not really dropping much on an evening, I may add. So it's very important you're prepared for hot weather and how the hot weather can affect you, not just in your fitness, but equally in life. So I'm lucky that I work in 2 jobs, a full-time and a part-time one. Both organisations are forward-thinking enough to have some measures in place to make work more comfortable in times of high temperatures, extreme temperatures, shall we say. So my full-time job, it's an air-conditioned office, so that helps. And I think if it was to get really overpowering, there would be some sort of direction from management about adjusting the clothing that we wear. In my part-time job, there's no aircon, but what we do have is a forward-thinking management system that will literally adjust whatever uniform we wear to make sure that nobody's going to overheat, and also a monitoring of the temperature, as well as insistence on regular water breaks where needed. For a lot of people, though, who like to keep active, like myself, and like most of you watching, a lot of you probably have fitness goals. You probably go to the gym, some of you. You probably like to run, etc. I like to run, as you know. It's very important that you're prepared for the weather when it's like this. Really, really basic, but you must consider training when it's really, really, really warm. Okay, when it's really, really warm, if you're a gym goer, you'll probably have an air-conditioned gym, which will make it a little bit easier for you to do your workout, which is really, really great. For those of you who don't go to the gym, I don't go to the gym. I work out at home, and I have my own routine outside of that as well, which is outside. You must make considerations. So for myself, I'm having to time which part of the day I will be doing any exercise. Now, as I said, it's not really very cold or getting much colder in the evening or at night. However, first thing in the morning, there tends to be a reasonable lull. When I say first thing in the morning, I'm talking like around 4 5 a.m. So if you're somebody that has a routine that they like to do a period of time where they like to exercise, I would suggest in the heat that the best thing to do would be to get up early and do your workout early morning. May mean going to sleep the night before a bit earlier, but it would be more of a benefit than trying to hit the gym hard or do whatever you need to do outside of the gym, should I say, in the middle of the day when it's absolutely scorching hot. So it's been so warm here. I don't mind telling you, I was sitting here in the living room the other day, and I was literally just, the sweat was just pouring off me, and I wasn't even doing anything. I wasn't doing any exercise. I'd come home from work, I've sat down, and the heat was just too overpowering. So this video is really serving as a warning to be careful and adjust your routine to make sure that you can optimise you keeping your fitness up, but equally keep yourself out of harm's way. All right. Make sure you're having regular water breaks. Make sure that you're exercising at a time of day where the sun's not on you. Because all of this can lead to exhaustion, burnout, and worst case, dehydration can lead to death. Let's not be fooling around. Heat exhaustion is no joke, okay? All right. I've been recently come back off a holiday, and I was in Greece for a week in Zakynthos, and I did walk 11.2k in one day, a very warm day as well. However, I walked with a hat on my head, I had sun cream on, I had water, or I drank well before I went, and on the way out up there was quite a decent shade covering on the road, so I'd already considered what I was doing to be at that level and that time of day, okay? Also, I wasn't running, I was walking. I was walking fast, but I wasn't running or doing anything ridiculous. And the time of day as well was very important in that. It wasn't like midday when the sun's at its highest. It was sort of between 11 and midday. And when I arrived at my destination, it was just after midday. So I weren't in the sun for perhaps the window of time when the sun's at its most highest intensity, and then you've got to really watch yourself. So it's just a very short video today to consider your exercise routine. And to be fair, if it is too warm to exercise, do not feel guilty about not doing anything, because at the end of the day, passing out or collapsing due to exhaustion isn't going to be productive. And if it's too intense to do any exercise, you won't get a good workout. Quality over quantity is sometimes more to be considered. First of 3 videos, I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent on my channel. Thank you kindly. First of 3, as I said, please put down in the comment section below what's your take on this. Are you somebody that considers the danger perhaps of extreme temperatures and exercise? I'm all for keeping fit and keeping active, but certain considerations have to be made when the temperature is really high, because your well-being and your overall health sometimes is going to be compromised in those situations. So be careful of the intensity and what you're doing, and make sure you've put something in place to keep yourself safe. Please, if you would, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. That'd be great. Consider giving me a thumbs up and a like as well. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know when the content's out. Back in a couple of days with a new video. But until then, as always, all of you please take care of yourselves, and bye for now.